Welcome back to another session in financial accounting. Today, the topics to be covered: accounting concepts, accounting conventions, and important terms used in accounting. Accounting concepts are subdivided into fundamental concept and non-fundamental concept based on their importance. Fundamental concept. There are two fundamental concepts, the entity concept and the money measurement concept. Coming to non-fundamental concept, these concepts are important for recording and finalizing accounts, but any alteration in them do not affect the basic nature of financial accounting. Accounting concepts are also classified on the basis of aspects of accounting for which they are useful. Concepts related to income measurement and preparation financial statement, and concepts relating to identification, measurement and recording of financial transaction. Let us see one by one. First concept is business entity concept. A business entity is an organization of person to accomplish an economic goal. According to this concept, the entity that represents the association of person is considered distinct and separate from owners, managers and employees of the enterprise. Coming to going concern concept. According to this, the enterprise has neither the intention nor the necessity of liquidation. This concept assumes that business entity has continuity of life. It will continue for an indefinite period of time. It has no need of intention to close down. It recognizes the value of assets and liabilities of the business enterprise on the basis of their productivity and not on the basis of their current realizable value. Third one, money measurement concept. All business transactions are measured, expressed and recorded in terms of money. The money measurement concept excludes all business transactions and events which cannot be expressed in terms of money. Coming to dual aspect concept. Every business transaction recorded in the books of business has two aspects, receiving of benefit and giving of benefit. Both the aspect of each transaction must be recorded in appropriate account of the business. Accounting period concept. A business unit may continue for an indefinite period. It is possible to ascertain overall profit or loss of the business when it is liquidated, but in practice it is not possible to wait for an indefinite period. The interested parties like owners, shareholders, creditors, tax authorities need periodical report about the business performance. So it is necessary to subdivide the indefinite lifespan of firm into smaller units for measurement of performance and understanding the financial position. Coming to cost concept. Accounting is a historic record of business transaction. According to this concept, assets are recorded at the price paid to acquire them. This cost is the basis for all subsequent accounting for the assets. The assets are gradually depreciated on the basis of cost and the effective life of the asset. This practice is supported by going concern concept. Coming to next type of concept, realization concept. The term realization implies the legal liabilities to pay by the buyer or user or customer. The revenue should be recognized only when it is legally due and realizable. When the goods are sold, the date of placing the order, the date of receiving cash is irrelevant for income of recognition. The date of passing the goods is relevant for income of recognition. Next, coming to matching concept. Primary objective of commercial enterprise is profit making. The accountants are responsible to match the revenue earned during an accounting period with the cost associated with the period to ascertain the profit earned. Matching of revenue and cost relevant to specific period is called matching concept. Coming to realization concept. This concept deals with a point of time at which the revenue is taken as earned. It says that revenue is realized when goods are transferred or services are rendered to the customer. An order received from a customer is not taken as revenue earned or realized. Realization of revenue takes place only on the execution of that order. Coming to accrual concept. This concept makes a distinction between receipt of cash and the right to receive cash and payment of cash and legal obligation to pay cash in relation to revenue and expenses respectively. The accrual concept is the basis for mercantile system of accounting. Accounts maintained on cash basis ignore the accrual aspect and use paying and received of cash as the criteria for recording expenses and incomes. The last one is objective evidence concept. This concept facilitates auditing of accounts and eliminates unauthorized entries in the books of accounts, improving their reliability. management decision is based on such accounts are likely to be more successful. All accounting entries must be based on this objective evidence. Objective refers to verifiability, reliability, and absence of bias. Next, we are going to see accounting conventions. The term convention denotes a rule of practice which by common consent is employed in the solution of particular class of problem. Placing debit on the left hand side and credit on the right hand side of an account is an example of convention. These are classified into four: convention of full disclosure, convention of consistency, convention of materiality, convention of conservatism. First, convention of full disclosure. According to this convention, all accounting statement must be prepared honestly. This should be evident through the transparency of the statement. The statement should disclose fully all the significant information, fact, figures, and details which are of material interest to the owner's investor, creditor, etc. must be clearly presented in the financial statement. The convention of disclosure is gaining importance due to the shift in the growth of business organization. Coming to convention of consistency, the basic aim of doctrine of consistency is to preserve the comparability and reliability of financial statement. According to this convention, the rules, practices, and concepts used in accounting should be continuously observed and applied year after year. Comparison of result among different accounting period can be significantly and meaningfully only when consistent practices were followed in ascertaining them. Then coming to convention of materiality. It means relative importance. All important items and facts should be disclosed in accounting statement. Unimportant and immaterial details need not be separately given. Otherwise, the accountant become overburdened with unnecessary details. According to this, an item should be regarded as material if there is reason to believe that knowledge of it would influence the decision of informed investor. Coming to convention of conservatism, it is the defensive accounting mechanism against uncertainty. According to this, conservatism is a guidance which chooses between acceptance accounting alternative for recording events and transactions so that the least favorable immediate effect on assets, income, and owner's equity is reported. Uncertainty is unavoidable in the estimation of useful life of asset, contingent liabilities, realization of receivable, etc. The convention of conservatism demands that the least favorable situation to the firm will materialize and precaution should be taken on the basis. It is necessary to understand some basic accounting terms which are routinely used in business world. First, accounting terminology is capital. It represents owner's funds invested in a business. It may be the original contribution adjusted for profit and drawing. It is also known as owner's equity or net worth. Next important term, liability. It represents temporary interest of outside creditor in the assets of business. What is assets? Assets are defined as anything of value owned by business. Coming to revenue, it is the monetary value of the products or services sold to the customer during the period. Then what is expenditure? Expenses incurred by the enterprise to earn revenue is termed as expenses or cost. Then what is loss? The term used to convey at least two different meanings. First, it refers to the result of business for a period when expenses exceed the revenue. Then important term, debtors. Debtors are persons and other entity who owe money to business for receiving goods and services on credit. Debtors are also referred to as accounts receivable. Coming to creditors. Creditors are persons or other entity who have claim for money against the business for any goods supplied or services rendered by them on credit. The item is a liability to the business. Then what is drawings? Withdrawal of goods or cash from the business by the owners for personal use is called drawings. Then what is fixed asset? Assets for the purpose of providing or producing goods or services and not held for resale in the normal course of business. Coming to current assets. These are cash and other assets that are expected to be converted into cash or consumed in the production of goods or rendering of services in the normal course of business. Then what is purchase? The total amount of goods purchased by a business concerned for cash or credit for the purpose of sale or use is known as purchase. Then what is sales? It is the income earned from the sale of goods or services rendered. Sales may be cash sales or credit sales. Then another important accounting terminology, we must know stock. The goods available with the business for sale on a particular date is termed as stock. The value of goods remaining unsold at the end of an accounting period is termed as closing stock. The closing stock of a particular year becomes the opening stock for the next year. Hope you all understand what are all the topics covered today in this video. Thank you.